Hey everybody, happy 2025. It's nice to be back. I've just been busy harvesting honey and going for a few drives and working, so bits and pieces. Yeah, and just taking a bit of a hiatus from the insanity because God knows there's going to be more insanity coming in every way. And the thing is, what's affecting the US, what is about to affect the US, is actually going to have global ramifications. So we're all in this together. Yeah, what a mess. I just wanted to say as well, just to wish you all a happy and safe new year, and to say that my thoughts are with you all, and to say thank you for supporting the channel and staying with me. And if you look into my channel as well, I've done a few videos on bees because I just did some harvesting, and I've also got a playlist called Drive, which is where I've just, set up my phone and recorded a few drives around Sydney. And I did one the other day on Christmas Day after I saw my mum and her boyfriend. I drove to a place called the Royal National Park, which is just a bit south of Sydney, but there's a really nice picnic spot there called Audley. And it's just and the reason I did these videos called Drive, it's just a way to help you if you want to relax and unwind. So feel free to watch them at double speed and you can mute me. It's fine. You don't have to hear my voice all the time. But I just kind of wanted to do something like that as an offset to everything else. But anyway, yeah, so Happy New Year, guys, and blessings to you all. And thank you for staying with me and for watching my video and watching my videos and supporting my channel is what I'm trying to say. So I wanted to talk today about Judge Mashan. So apparently I was watching Glenn Kirshner, and apparently Judge Juan Mashan is going to sentence Donald Trump on January the 10th, entertainment purposes, only YouTube, if it happens. And it looks like he's going to get I think it's called a unconditional discharge, which means no jail time, no penalty, no punishment, no nothing. And so I just want to have a look at that. And I've got a part two to the question as well. So let's have a look see at that, okay? So step one, come on down, guys. So according to Glenn Kirshner, he was actually wondering if, well, he was actually saying that there's a possibility that the sentencing for Donald Trump may not even go ahead on January the 10th. So let's just see. Pulling a couple of cards, Spirit. Will the sentencing for Donald Trump for the Judge Mashan? So this is about the money that he paid. This is the 34 felony accounts for forging business records in New York to cover up payments made to Stormy Daniels for the 2016 election. And I might add to remind everybody that is now 9 years later because we are now in 2025. So there's a card that's got back there. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just include that. It's a few randoms here. I'll keep going. Will Donald Trump be sentenced on January the 10th? Will Donald Trump be sentenced January the 10th? Okay. The devil. Yep. Six of Cups. Queen. Swords. The Ace. Okay. Okay, so will he be sentenced on January the 10th? Once again, YouTube entertainment only. So top of the reading, well, here he is as the devil. So that is you know who. Underneath it is the Ten of Pentacles. So that this is going to be his legacy. This is what he's going to be known for. Six of Cups. These accusations, they go, as I kind of hinted in my, well, not hinted, as I said in my introduction to this goes back a long time. You know, we're talking crimes that happened allegedly in 2016. Um, Queen of Swords, that's the judge, and the Ace of Swords is the truth coming out. And yeah, the King of Swords, this is the truth coming out as well. Like, this is the judgment. So I actually do think, and yeah, and justice, if you call it that. I do think that the vibe I'm getting right now with this is that he will be sentenced on, well, there will be a sentencing for Trump on January the 10th. At least that's going to go ahead. Let's have a look at what the sentence will be like. Yes, as I was saying, folks, according to Glenn Kirshner, he was like saying that he was going to get a um, like a discharge, so no jail time. Was it a unconstitutional discharge or whatever it was? That wasn't the word. Yeah. So, what kind of judgment will come against Trump? What will the sentencing be? What will Donald Trump's sentencing be like? What will Donald Trump's sentence be like? All right, guys, come on down. So I finished shuffling. What's his sentence going to be like? Six of Swords, Judgment, Eight of Cups, and the Hangman, and the Queen of Wands. Yep, yep, yep. So the sentencing. All right, here we go. Six of Swords. I think, regrettably, that what this is saying is that those accusations are going to go away. I think the 36 counts of felon, the 36, sorry, the 30, yeah, the 34 counts of the misdemeanors that he did, it's all going to go away with the Six of Swords. This is going to go away into a quieter place. That's going to be the judgment, unfortunately. Eight of Cups, just to walk away from this judgment, to walk away from the accusations and what he's done. You can see here the cups are a bit of a mess. Some are knocked over and some are standing. And I think it's a very emotional moment for us as well, because we've just been wanting justice now for years and years and years. But it's suspended, you know, with the Hangman. I think possibly the criminal cases or the criminal convictions may still stand, but the actual punishment, it's not. It's just see you later. The at the base of the deck is the Queen of Wands, and I kind of think that's us feeling very feisty. But I do believe that there will be, on some level, there may be some challenge to this by the legal system, because once again Trump was victorious with the Six of Wands, leaving us really concerned about the judicial system in the States, which is the Nine of Swords, and just trying to find some balance in the insanity of this when it comes to the King of Swords with the legal system. So I think that's where we're at right now, unfortunately. I just want to have a quick look at the legal system in the States. Okay. And I think that is where a lot of the frustration from us as light workers is, and we're all light workers. If you watch this channel or any other channel that tarot reader, we are all light workers, you know. And once again, as I said before, YouTube entertainment only. But I think the thing for me, the exhausting thing, it's just, apart from the heat, it is summer here, is just the level of frustration and the exhaustion with this. It seems that with the US judicial system, that there is one law. If you've got money and influence, there's a law for you. And if you are a pleb like the rest of us, there is another law, another way of doing things. And I can't put it any other way than that. It's just how I feel, you know. And when I look at the rich and the famous in the States, especially with regards to Donald Trump, what he's been able to get away with, I mean, the rest of us will be like incarcerated 6 foot under. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to have a quick look. I'm just going to do a Celtic cross just on the US judicial system. And I must say as well that in Australia, I mean, no system is perfect. So I'm not knocking the US system and saying that our system is perfect, because of course it's not. Um, but the US system, it just rolls so slowly, and then there's all the things with, you know, Merrick Garland and how he just sat on things and blah blah blah, and not to mention the Supreme Court that's just given Donald Trump, you know, lifeline after lifeline after lifeline. And I believe that there's 5 judges that are waiting towards him from memory. Have to forgive me if I'm a bit incorrect on that, but you know, being an Aussie, I'm not totally in the thick of it. But the truth is, this is the ramifications is global with what's going on right now. You make no mistake about it. So let's just have a look at the US judicial system. And I'm just going to do a Celtic cross, and I'm going to make the immediate future after the inauguration. So I'll make the immediate future in, say, February, and I'll make the outcome card for December. So what's going to happen? The vibe of the US judicial system spirit. What is going on with the US judicial system? All right, come on down, guys. So I've just been shuffling, folks, so let's have a look, see, eh? Hmm. All right. Okay, folks. So this is my vibe. So at the heart of the US judicial system is the Knight of Pentacles. So um, they're sitting very pretty. All the people that make the decisions on the higher level, they're doing very well out of this, and that's all that really matters to them, irrespective of what's crossing it, which is the Page of Wands. So there are messages, and I would say maybe with the lower ranks of the legal people, people questioning the system, but they're lower. They're not higher up in the stratosphere of the judicial system, and so we're sitting very well. Thank you very much. And irrespective of what's happening with the people trying to challenge it, they're just pages. You know, they're not kings or queens. They're just pages. And above it is the King of Pentacles, so the King of Wands. That's the judges. You know that they're ruling the roost. They're quite passionate about uh, protecting their own interests, and that's all that really is. That is all that is really important to them. Um, I've got no cards here about justice per se. Underneath it is the Knight of Wands. So I do think that there are, like I said, the impression I'm getting with the US judicial system as it's working fine on a lower level. But when you get to the higher ranks, and when you get into these judges that are dealing with we're dealing with these hideous people, it's like there's one rule for them and another rule for the others. That's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, in previously with the Ace of Cups, I mean, it was a very emotional time for everybody, but it's almost like, you know, if you think about um, what Lady G says about the Ace of Cups, it's like the cup was overflowing, and I think there was the cups of abomination that were overflowing. They were all able to be dealt with, but that's in the past, and I think people felt very emotional about the judicial system, and they felt that um, it dealt with their emotional needs, and that it prosecuted people and people were held accountable. Not so much now. I mean, inwardly, with the Ace of Swords, and this came up before. I mean, there is this desire to have justice within the system, and around them there are, with the Three of Pentacles, there are people that are working together. Like, I think on a lower level, the system is actually working. It's like there's two tiers to this, Um, it's working on the lower levels, when it comes, like I said, the um when it comes to the pages, when it comes to the pages, like I said before, the lower people, it's working fine for them, like on lower levels, and maybe on, you know, local government levels, and for petty crime and things like that, it's working fine, but it's not permeating to the top ranks, The hopes and fears is the Five of Pentacles. So it's the loss. And it's almost like right now, when you're getting to the higher levels of pardon me, the US judicial system, it's like it's outside of the norm. It's outside of the Constitution. It's not in with the law now. There's a part of it that's almost running rogue, if you know what I mean. It's outside of the building. It's out, like, if you think about the Five of Pentacles, the in the RWS, they're two people outside of the church, and they're not getting in there in the snow and everything. And I think that's what's happening now with the US judicial system. It's outside of the norm. It's like it's left the building, you know. And at the end of the day, it's a page of cups. I think it's a page again. This is the end of the year. I think there will be people trying to change it, and we're all growing old and weary, like this guy here. I mean, you can see the look on his face. It's almost like, please, 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 can we change this and can we alter that? You know. But then at the base of the deck, the system is foolish, and the Hangman, it's leaving people suspended when it comes to the upper levels of it. And that's the unfortunately with the Sun, that's the truth of the matter. I do think that over time, it's just going to become more blatantly obvious. And like I said, I would never say that the Australian system is perfect. And like I said, entertainment on YouTube, I am but a tarot reader, and I have no, I'm not a scholar, I'm not a law person. I'm just a humble tarot reader that cares about things. But that's my vibe. I think, maybe in time to come, but I can't see anything changing very soon. And really, it's just going to be, I think, what's going to be happening with us now, where we're going to be going, at least with the Trump administration. It's just going to be shining. Everything's just going to be illuminated about the levels of inadequacy within the US judicial system. And like I said, it's just the people that are challenging this, they're all pages. There's no one with really any clout. So I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. Unfortunately, guys, I wish I was wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But I think that's where we're at right now. And I think to deal with that, and it is frustrating, and we all feel it. It's a matter of, for us, working with what we can. Like, we we can't actually directly change the Supreme Court or the upper levels of the judicial system, but we can just get on with our lives and work on the things that we can work on. The things that we can't change, I think it's a matter of just, like, diving under that wave. We know it's going to be pretty crap for the next couple of years. We know that, or for as long as Trump is in office, we know it's going to be pretty shit. We know that. Um, but we've just got to try and deal with it, and do the best that we can. And once again, YouTube, entertainment purposes only. I am but a tarot reader, so just my humble opinion. But that's my vibe, guys. So, yeah, that's it. So, you take care, and it's been good to be back. And just remember, you're not alone. And I think as the news cycle, as it continues to escalate, as it will with everything going on, like just, switch the news off sometimes, like, just switch the news off. And the only other hit that I've really got with regards to Donald Trump, and I'm not wishing him any harm at all. I'm not that kind of person, but I just feel that the environment around him is so unstable. And while I think it's important to protest at protest rallies if you can, but I've got a really strong vibe. Like if he is like rallying in your town or in your town, like just stay away from him. I mean, there are so many unstable people out there right now, especially in the US. And unfortunately, from my perspective, like, there are people that everybody's got guns in the States. It's a very different thing here to Australia. Like, I don't know anybody that's got a gun. We did have a big gun amnesty in, I think it was 2006. We had a mass shooting in Tasmania, which is an island south of Australia. Tasmania is a southern state. And our government at the time had a gun amnesty. And so people brought in all their guns. And touch wood, to date, it's been our last mass shooting. And it could happen again, but people were giving in all their semi-automatic rifles and everything else. Um, but to date, that was our last mass shooting. So, I mean, we do have violence here in Australia, obviously, but my vibe with regards to Trump, and once again, YouTube entertainment only, is that I just feel very strongly that if something happens to him, if someone tries to hurt him in any way, it's going to be one of his followers, one of his minions that's just finally, woken up to the truth about him. And that will be present at one of his rallies. And I'm not wishing Trump any harm at all. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is that I just have a very, very strong feeling that it's really good advice just to keep away from any Trump rally at all, because you just don't know who is there. You just don't know what level of anger or angst is working there, especially as we get into his presidency. In spite of everything else that I've been reading about, when people are going to be discovering that the cost of living is actually going up and there will be tariffs and the price of food won't go down, and people would just start to realize that basically all his election promises were just lies, and it'll be those people that I feel that will be those people that will be a bit off center. And so my vibe is really to stay away from any of his rallies. Just don't go anywhere near them. If he's in your town or in your state or in your city, just just keep well away, because you just don't know who's going to be there, and you just don't know the agenda of anybody that's going to be there. And like I said, it only takes one person with an armed that can potentially hurt him, and a person can be armed of any persuasion or any political opinion. But my feeling is if something happens, it's gonna be one of the people that one of his minions that has a wake up call. So that's just what I think. I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. And once again, YouTube and for people watching here, I'm not wishing anybody any harm. And the reason I'm saying this to you guys is just to try and protect you. So that's what I'm saying. All right, folks, thank you very much for watching this. It's good to be back, and I will be back soon. Okay, see you soon, guys. Bye.